Hello folks, friends and movie lovers, welcome back to the channel and to the latest instalment of the movies in review. The movie I have to review for you all today is a war movie called The Bridge on the River Kwai. Now I love war movies. I inherited my love of war movies from my father. However, for years my love of war movies was limited to Sink the Bismarck with Kenneth More and The Battle of the Bulge with Robert Shaw, Telly Savalas, Henry Fonda, Robert Ryan and Charles Bronson. The Bridge on the River Kwai presented something different, as it's the story of some English prisoners of war under the leadership of Colonel Nichols, played by Alec Guinness, who are tasked by Colonel Saito, played by Sesu Hayakawa, their Japanese overseer, to build a bridge that would link two parts of the Burma Railway together. The movie, released in 1957, is adapted from a 1952 novel, The Bridge over the River Kwai, by French author Pierre Boulle, which has since been widely accepted as one of the greatest movies ever made. It is a work of fiction but uses the 1942 to 1943 construction of the Burma Railway as the historical setting for the story. Alec Guinness's performance as the movie's protagonist, Colonel Nichols, is inspired, in tandem with Hayakawa's antagonist role as Colonel Saito, as the two eventually learn to work together, Nichols not quite accepting defeat as a prisoner of war, while Saito not quite able to claim victory as his power and authority over the prisoners diminishes in the face of Nichols's strict, stoic and steadfast adherence to the Geneva Convention and the rule of law. The fact that this is a work of fiction, I think, sets it apart from most of the other war movies centered around the Second World War. Sink the Bismarck, for example, was praised for its historical accuracy, while the Battle of the Bulge was criticized for the many inaccuracies in what was a highly fictionalized account of a real-life World War II battle. I think the reason The Bridge on the River Kwai is so successful as a movie is the lacking in pretense of being something it's not, which I feel is the stumbling block that the Battle of the Bulge fell over. Where I think this movie has had success is in where the lines get blurred between being a prisoner forced to do manual labour and a collaborator, in the responsibilities of a prisoner to escape captivity versus responsibility incumbent on all of us to uphold the rule of law, and in the military context of the bridge on the River Kwai, obey orders. Overall, I would have to agree that The Bridge on the River Kwai is one of the greatest movies ever made for a very good reason, and Alec Guinness's performance as Colonel Nichols is truly inspired, and an illustration as to just how amazing he was as an actor, with many huge acting credits to his name, including a role in Dr. Zhivago 1965, and a role as Obi-Wan Kenobi, a recurring character in the Star Wars franchise, to name just two. All that being said, I wouldn't like to speculate as to how wide the appeal would be, especially as it has earned its status as one of the greatest movies ever made. There will certainly be war movie fans and Alec Guinness fans, given that he had one of the leading roles. I would suggest that this is one of those movies that everyone should see at least once, even if it's not to your usual tastes. Alright folks, that's all I've got for this one. Thank you so much for listening to the end. Please remember, if you haven't already done so, to hit the like and subscribe buttons and to click the bell notification icon to receive updates and notifications for when my latest review videos get posted. My name is Simon and this is the Movies in Review. Thank you for listening.